All right, guys, here we go. As promised, this is something new from a book called the Egoscue Method. And so if you're interested in learning more, that would be the place to go. But I'm going to introduce you to 3 basic things to start relaxing the psoas muscle from pulling on the back and creating an imbalance in the pelvis, creating a lot of torsion and torque and pull and pinching and discomfort and pressure in the low back. So we're going to go through 3 different movements. You do them in this sequence. The first one, it could take anywhere from 5 or 10 minutes to up to 2 hours of laying in this position to get the desired result. Okay, so you're going to start flat on your back, knees propped up on something like a chair here like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into position and show you what it looks like. So I have the chair pulled up close to me so that my hips are at 90 degrees, my knees are at 90 degrees, and fully relaxed. If the knees fall out just a little bit, that's okay. The goal here is to breathe in deeply, feel the stomach and chest rise. As you do that, feel your low back with the weight of gravity slowly start to make contact with the floor so that there's no space. You don't need to put your hands behind your back. You should be able to feel, just feel what your body is telling you. Is the back even and flat on the ground? Are both hips evenly touching? Is pressure and weight even on both sides? And if it's not, just continue to lay here and breathe. As I said, this could take anywhere from 5 minutes up to 2 hours, just depending on how much of these hip flexor psoas muscles are pulling on the pelvis. So this is what it looks like. Big breaths in, belly and chest rise. As you breathe out, you can contract the abdominal muscles slightly. That'll help in relaxing the back. It's not a strong contraction, but a light contraction of the abdominals to kind of push the air out. Arms are relaxed somewhere, either on the belly or down by your side. You don't want them up or overhead because that's going to affect the low back. So hands down by your side or resting on your stomach. And just breathe. And feel your body and the weight of gravity start to push and flatten the low back out so that the low back is in complete contact with the floor. That's position 1. After we've done that, we're going to move into position number 2. You need an additional prop of some books stacked up. This is going to support the leg. One is going to be up as it was before on a chair at a 90-degree angle. The other one is going to be laid straight with the books there to prevent the toe from flaring or flopping outwards. It's going to keep the leg in a neutral position with the toe pointed up in the air, and that way you can fully relax. And again, same thing here. Arms are going to be down by your side or resting on your belly. And the goal here is to fully relax to where the back is again flat on the ground, letting gravity do all the work along with your breathing to fully relax the leg and that hip flexor muscle and the pelvis so that everything is even and flat on the ground. So we just lay here and breathe. This could take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes all the way up to 2 hours. Just depends on how tight the muscles are. Once we've done one side, then we'll switch and we'll do the same thing on the other side. You should be searching your body for areas of tension, Each time that you breathe out, you should feel the weight of your body just melting into the floor. Again, the goal is to get that back, pelvis, to lay evenly and flat on the ground. After we've done both sides, we're going to move to the last exercise. So what we've accomplished to this point is we've gotten that psoas muscle, which likes to override in stabilizing the pelvis and movements of the leg, and it pulls on the low back. We've gotten that to relax and even out, and our hips and our pelvis is going to be quite a bit more even. We're not going to have one side pulled up or rotated forward quite as much. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our quadricep muscles to kick in, because they get an element of amnesia when the psoas muscle is so kicked up or amped up. So the last thing we're going to do is going to be what is typically called a wall sit. We're going to put our backs against the wall. Your feet are going to be out in front of you, further enough so that the knees are over the ankle, that the knees do not go out over the toes. And you're just going to slide down the wall. If there's any pain or pressure in your knees that's unbearable or causes any sharpness, then what we can do is we can make that sit a little bit more shallow. You don't have to go down quite as deep. We never want to go down past 90 degrees. So this would be the furthest we would go in that wall sit. In this position, toes need to be pointed directly forward in line with the knees. Knees need to be in line with the hips. We're going to sit here in this position, and we're going to push our back so it's, again, flat against the wall, just like we were trying to create that flatness against the floor. This should be a little bit easier to accomplish now because we've spent so much time creating that flatness and that relaxing that psoas muscle. So now all we should feel as we're pushing our back flat against the wall is the engagement of these quadricep muscles, and they should really be firing. Our goal here in this position is going to be sitting for a minimum of 1 minute up to 3 minutes to really get those quadricep muscles firing and that back fully relaxed, the psoas muscles fully relaxed. So we're just going to hang out here. Set a timer so you don't cheat yourself. Make sure you get a minimum of 1 minute. When we come up, you're just going to push against the wall there and stand up. After doing that sequence of 3 movements, if you did have any pain or discomfort in your low back, it should be dramatically reduced, if not completely eliminated. Thank you guys. Let me know what questions you have in the comments.